Hey everyone, it's me, Joel D. In this video, we're going to talk about paid traffic, and the first paid traffic source we're going to talk about is Udimi and running solo ads on their platform. And if you're wondering what a solo ad is and you're not familiar with affiliate marketing, and a solo ad is essentially an email-based advertisement that you buy from another person who has their own email list. And what they do is they send out a dedicated email for your promotion to their list. So it's just someone has established a relationship and trust. You're going to give them a message and promote something that you're trying to promote, and they're going to send it out to their list. In an exchange, you're hopefully building your email list. So this isn't something that you just send to a blog post. You're going to want to send it to a squeeze page or opt-in or a capture page, whatever we call it, capture page. And this is going to, sell them on giving you their email in exchange for something for free, and then go to your content. So we can do this multiple ways. You can have a product. If you're selling a product, if you're selling services, you can use solo ads and you get that traffic. And there's ways in Udemy to find people that have lists that are related to your niche. So if you're wondering what Udemy is, and that's just the marketplace for you to go as a buyer to purchase those solo ads. So the sellers are the ones that have targeted lists. You're the buyer. You go out to the platform, you find the best seller that meets your criteria, and you're able to get traffic to your site, traffic to your landing page, and start building your email list. This is different from what I'm going to be showing you in the next video, which is Facebook ads and Google ads, which you can run similar campaigns for engagement and getting traffic to your landing pages, but I'm just going to show you how you can get generic traffic going to your site as well. So I wanted to do both. You could, in theory, run Facebook and Google campaigns to this landing page like we're going to do for Udemy, and that's usually a best practice, especially if you have something to give and you have something that they can convert on and you make money in addition to getting an email address. So definitely think about that, but warning, I will be just going over how you can get traffic through Facebook and Google ads. All right. So let me show you exactly how to set up your first solo ad. All right, so I'm going to jump out into Udemy, and I'm logged in, but if you weren't, I'll just show you what that looks like. Let me go to an incognito window. All you need to do is sign up for a free account. Super easy. You can sign up with Google. That's probably the easiest way if you have a Google account. All you have to do is go through that process. It's going to log you in, and you're going to verify a few things like your email address. If you want to be a seller, you have a few more verification steps, but I'm not going to go through all of that. What I want to do after your first step of setting up your account, making sure it's verified, adding payment methods, whatever you have to do, and they're going to walk you through that. Your next step is going to be to find a seller or find a solo deal, either or. So there'll be deals out there that you can look for if you prefer that option, but I usually like to find sellers and use the filter options up here to find a seller that I want. So what you can filter on is price max, so maximum price you wish to pay for a visitor that passed all Udemy filters. Got sales, so if you want to see only sellers who've generated sales for customers on 100 latest solos, that's what you'd get here. So if you did get a sale from one of these solo ads, you can come back and let Udemy know that you got a sale off a particular seller, and that'll increase their percentage there. Last seen, so last login date, when have they been on last. Niche, and you can choose a particular niche or industry, which there aren't a ton of, but they'll get more into that when you start looking into the person themselves. And then you can sort this list by rating. So if you want the highest rated person first, you can do that. Ratings, how many. So if they've been around forever, you can see that they have a ton of ratings. And then when you wish to start the solo within 48 hours, or you can choose, within the next 24 hours, or, if it's not a big deal when, you can up that. All right, so we can make a couple adjustments. I'm gonna just say I'm running a solo ad to my blog startup, so I'll just start with marketing or finance. There you'll see a lot of sellers will say that their list is catered to make money online business. So actually I'm going to keep any niche for now, and I can also do these additional filters down here, advanced filters, which is where the seller is located, how many repeat orders, or what percentage of people order after using the seller, their language, whether or not they've been verified via passport check, and then what country is their main source of traffic coming from. All right, so I'll just stick with what's out there right now and I'll just start sifting through the list and see if I see anything great. I always like to view the link or the reviews first. So what you're going to look at per person is obviously price. So this is the amount of money that they're going to charge per visitor, and the more you buy, the less this click is. You're going to look to see, here's the dollar or the amount of people who get sales from this person. So the percentage of buyers who reported sales on the last 100 or solos, 35% of them get sales, which is actually really good, because remember, we're not necessarily going to make a sale here. We're paying for traffic, but also we're paying for email lists leads. So especially when you're selling a course like I do, or courses, you're going to want to, you're not going to get many sales on this, but you're going to build up your email list and begin to nurture to them. So it's a lot harder to sell $1,000 course versus a $100 product that someone can get a physical product for. So affiliate marketing, this works really well for sales as well, but when it comes to selling something high value, you don't expect a bunch of sales coming from this. Expect that you're going to get a lot of leads, and from those leads you're going to nurture them and have your automated email sequence kick in, and you're going to drive them down your funnel. All right, here's their reviews, green being positive, red being negative, so you can look at those. And I'm just going to click into one of these, so I'll just click on Christina here, and you can see 12% of people reported a sale over the last 100 solos, so 12 people get a sale out of the last 100. You can see she's in Greece. 40 cents per click or per visitor, which is pretty low. 21% of repeat orders from customers, and that's not too high. And average time it takes for her to accept an order is an hour, so that's good. She's responsive. And you can see the more you go up right now for 300 visitors. So if I were to pay her to send 300 people to my site, it'd cost me $123. But the more I go up, the cheaper the price becomes per visitor. All right, so here's where you would enter information. So again, you can up this, and this is going to up the price too. So if you only want mobile visitors, you can do that. If you want no mobile visitors, you can do that. That's going to cost usually a little extra money. So you can see that it goes from 183 because these are higher converting members. Only top tier, meaning only from USA, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and Singapore, and that's an extra 10 cents per visitor. But in general, if you look at the statistics of who you're buying off of, you'll see that they'll usually promote this 95% or 98% traffic from tier 1. So again, tier 1's just the top five countries, and looks like there's 6 here, but usually it's the top 5. Singapore they're adding. All right, so we'll keep that as is. And then when you get down to this part, it is if you were gonna add this to your cart, you can do a link only, which is a link that you can create here. So you would add your in our cases where we did ClickMagic, we created links with ClickMagic. You would create one for your Udemy post, and it would just be much easier to track everything. But there's also tracking tools from Udemy itself. All right. So a lot of times you want to add text. So this would be the text and the subject that would be in the within the email that's being sent out. You don't have to do this. Sometimes it's not even, I wouldn't say not worth it. It's always better to have your own text because you have more control. But sometimes these owners of their lists know their audience better than anyone, so they're going to give you some advice too. And what you're going to send them to is a landing page. So if I did the link, this link should be my landing page. I created that in ClickMagic, or I created it in Google, where I can create UTM parameters, and I want to make sure that I'm able to track this traffic and see how it's converting, see how it's doing. And ClickMagic's awesome because it'll give you, a real sense of what these visitors are doing and if they're legitimate or not. And if they're not, you can reach back out to them, the seller, and say, hey, I don't like the traffic you sent me. Here's the data around it, and I want a refund, or I'm going to give you a negative review, and you'll get a refund if they're sending you junk traffic. I usually add the prime filter here, which isn't super expensive. So if I didn't have no mobile on, it would have gone up $14. And this is just prime filter. If you're a prime member, you get this with all of your purchases. If you're not, and you click on this, you pay a little extra, and it verifies to make sure that they're sending you legitimate traffic. So you kind of bypasses what ClickMagic does, but I mean, or you could just use ClickMagic. All right, once I figure I have my link in here and I want to add it to my cart, all I do is click add to cart. I also add the date that I want it to start, which is tomorrow, and then I would either pay with PayPal or pay with my card. So again, when you set up your account, you're going to add those payment options, and that's as easy as it gets for getting traffic to your site. So $200, I could send 400 visitors to my site. Again, if I have a product on there that they can convert on, you're obviously going to want to do the numbers game of, are you getting your return on spend? And if not, then you may not want to use this method. If you are, then you would keep doing this. But again, it's not all about converting and making money. You're also building a list. So if I were to get, out of 450 visitors, if 50% convert to my list, I would get 225 emails on this one run, which isn't necessarily gonna happen. You could get more or less, but if I was getting 225 for $197, you're getting an email for less than $1, which is good in itself. So you can think of it different ways, and then over time you'll start seeing some of those customers convert, and your ROI is going to go up. All right, so that is how you create a Udemy ad. Log in, look at the reviews. I just did it quickly. You can filter more on your specific needs. You look at the seller, make sure that they're getting a lot of likes, a lot of less dislikes, and really get into the the good solo ad sellers, because if not, you don't want to waste money. So I'll go into someone else and just look, because I didn't show you the reviews, but you can actually go down and see that this person has 100% top tier countries, based on their average traffic geography. Our sales guaranteed, they won't tell you that, but then you can look at the actual reviews down here. So fast delivery, I'm surely going to order again, so that's always good. Got sales, this person, fantastic seller. Over deliver as usual. Over deliver means they're sending you more traffic than you paid for, which most people will try to get to like 10% more because they know they're going to get a better review. See, 323 out of 300, so 8% more. And got sales. Awesome solar run. 522 leads and 100% tier 1 traffic. So that's great. I mean, this is what you want to look for. Make sure that they're sending, one, I look for over delivery. So if they're sending more than they should. Two, make sure you're looking at the reviews and seeing that people are capturing leads and it's good traffic. And like I said, that's why Udimi is awesome. It gives you this. People aren't going to lie about what they're paying for. It's not one of those easy to scam and easy to add fake reviews to this site. So it's really legitimate and a great way to get targeted traffic to your stuff. And a lot of sellers will deny you if they think that you're not gonna, be successful with their list. So if you're in healthcare and you click on a marketing person who is a seller and you try to buy it, they can deny your request and they'll say you're not a good fit for my list, because they don't want to annoy their list. It's not all about money for them either, because if they're sending their traffic a bunch of junk, they're going to get a ton of unsubscribes. So they want to keep them happy, so they want to send them relevant stuff. All right, and that wraps up what a solo ad is. So hopefully this was helpful. It was short, to the point. Sign up for a free account on Udimi. Start testing some of these solo ads, especially if you're selling a product or you have something that you can convert a higher dollar on, or if you just want to start building your list, this is the best way to do it. You're going to get direct traffic to your landing page, and you're going to give them a specific offer that they can't refuse for free, and then send them to your page on what you're trying to sell or what you're trying to give to them from a content perspective, and go from there. All right. So the next video, we're going to talk about Facebook ads, Google ads, just getting traffic through them. But again, you can run something similar to these types of ads, and I do that more often than just traffic ads from Facebook and Google. But in this, intro course, I'm just we're getting traffic to a blog and probably a blog post just to see how people are engaging with the content. It's worth running a few test traffic campaigns just to see what your users are doing and seeing how they're engaging with your content. All right, so hopefully this was helpful. Reach out if you have any questions. Always, comment, go to Facebook and into our Facebook group and engage there. See what others are doing, see who's using Udimi. Maybe there's other solo ad platforms people are using. Tell people how you're doing if this is working out for you, and stay engaged. All right, we will see you in the next video. Thanks, everyone.